Hello, everybody. Welcome along. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Please leave your bias at the door, or not really tonight, because it's England. The last of the 4 quarterfinals is upon us. It is Ukraine versus England. We know the Italians and the Spanish will be in the top half semi-final. We know the Danes will be in the bottom half semi-final. Can England beat the Ukraine and reach that semi-final for what would be a second major tournament in a row, if you don't count the Nations League? Of course, it is a huge night. I'm sure we're all very nervous and very, very hopeful. And I think it's just a case now of fingers crossed everything goes well. Get behind the boys however you see fit. And hopefully in a couple of hours' time, we will be preparing for a semi-final against the Danes. And in an ideal world, without any players suspended as well, because we've got 4 on a yellow card. But look, it is by no means a foregone conclusion, this one. And England have a job to do. They are the favourites. You would say they've been better than Ukraine in this tournament. You would say they have a stronger squad. They have a stronger bench. But it's tournament football, isn't it? And anything can happen. A red card, a set play, a tight game going 0-0. So do your job. Do your job tonight, England, and get the job done. Let me know if you can see me, hear me loudly, clearly. Say hello. Let me know how you're feeling. Confident? Nervous? We'll say hello to everybody in a little bit. Let's have a look at the teams for this one tonight. It's Gareth Southgate managing England and the great Andriy Shevchenko managing the Ukraine. And that is what Shevchenko is going with. Bouchan in goal of Dynamo Kiev. Zabani, only 18 years old, is the right centre-back. Krissy of Shakhtar in the middle of the three. And Matvienko also of Shakhtar. Now, this is the one area we're not 100% sure of, because Zinchenko obviously played left back or left wing back in the last game. But let's go with what SofaScore are telling us, and then we'll figure it out into the game. So we'll say Mykolenko and Karavayev at wing back, both of Dynamo Kiev. Sidorchik, he's been impressive, and Shaparenko, another 2 Dynamo Kiev players, and probably technically the best player for the Ukraine and the one most familiar to us is Zinchenko of Manchester City. And he may be on the left of a midfield 3. He may be wing back. Perhaps the thought is he can be most influential in the central midfield, and that is the hunch at the moment. Up top, a good front 2, you have to say. Yaremchuk of Ghent, number 9. Yarmolenko of West Ham, number 7. Very good coming in off the right-hand side. Let me know what you think of that Ukraine lineup and who are your ones to watch for the Ukraine. There is the bench. Trubin, Pyatov, Sobol, Tymchuk, Stepanenko, who we've seen a few times in the tournament. Sudakov, Tsiganov, Marlos, Bezos, Makarenko, Dovvik, who scored that late goal to get them here against Sweden, and Zubkov. Let me know what you think of that Ukraine team as we move on to the England team. And it is back to a back 4 for England tonight. Pickford in goal. Shaw at left back. Thank you, SofaScore, for refreshing there. Maguire and Stones at centre back. Walker at the other full back. Obviously, lots of anxiety about a back 3. Not the smartest debate that's ever been had in the country. But it is a back four tonight. So hopefully those people who get scared by formations can push that to one side. The double pivot stays as is, Phillips and Rice. Maguire, Phillips and Rice. And I believe Mount is the fourth player, all on yellow cards, would miss the semi-final if they were to get booked. Sancho gets a game down the right-hand side. Saka apparently has a little knock. Sterling down the left-hand side with goals in 3 of the games and opening goals, icebreakers in 3 of the games, with Harry Kane getting on the score sheet in the last game. Let me know what you guys think of that team. As usual, positive vibes are helpful. Balance is helpful. And let's not obsess with people who are playing. This is tournament football. 23-man squad of very good players. 12 were always going to miss out. And let's be honest, Kane, Sterling, Rice, Phillips, Shaw, Maguire, Stones, Walker and Pickford are all pretty nailed on now, aren't they? So not too many surprises. The return of Mount after isolation. And Sancho gets his first start. And that was an obsession for England fans before the Czech game. So hopefully they can get that out of the system as well. Now, Sancho starts. Let's have a look at the bench for England. Remember always, the team that starts the game is not the team that ends the game. And there's plenty of quality on that bench that can be used as and when. Johnston, Ramsdale, Cody, Trippier steps out. He's the victim when it goes back to the back four. Chilwell, Mings, Grealish, Henderson, Foden. Grealish and Foden both able to be used from the bench tonight. Bellingham, Rashford and Calvert-Lewin. That is the England team. And let's bring up the brackets one more time. I think you all know the situation here. Get your comments in on that England team. And your possible ones to watch. But here are the brackets. Obviously, since I took that screenshot, we can add Denmark into the semi-final lineup. Italy and Spain, one of those two will be in the finals of Euro 2020. And one of Denmark, England, Ukraine will be in the final of Euro 2020. We will find out very, very shortly. By the way, before we go to your comments and say hello, make sure you hit like on whichever platform you're watching on. It takes a second. Really helps drive people to our stream. We'll say a big cheers to all as Harry Kane links the England players down into the tunnel. Come on, boys, relax, nice and calm. Let's keep control of this. Live subscriber count on our wonderful channel here with our wonderful group of subscribers says 17,734 subscribers. Some nervous looks on the England faces there. I'm sure once they get out onto the pitch, hopefully the sense of calm will take them over. And it's all about control tonight. There comes referee Brick of Germany to grab the ball, and the players come out in the Studio Olimpico in Rome. Let's go to your comments here, guys. I'm scared. Don't worry. Don't you worry. We're in this together. 2-0 England, 3-0 England. Predictions in, please. Predictions. Get them in here. 3-0 England. England are favourites in this one for sure. 3-0 England as well there. Look, let's be honest. We'll all take a nice boring 1-0, won't it? Nobody worry. This will be comfortable. I hope so. David, we're strapped in, ready for the off, drinks in hand. God save the Queen. We're about to do the national anthems on the TV. Come on, England. Great predictions for these quarters so far. Yeah, I think I'm 3 for 3, aren't I? Fingers crossed. If you ain't nervous, you're not an England supporter. I know exactly what you mean. Vinny, Helen preferred us being the underdogs. That's the English mentality. as the boys belt out the national anthem. Kyle Walker, Jadon Sancho, Mason Mount, make us proud. Raheem Sterling, Andrew, welcome in Denver, Colorado. Come on, England. And there's Gareth Southgate, Chris Powell, Steve Holland, knocking out that national anthem, looking sharp. You love to see it. More nervous tonight than I was about Germany. Imagine what a semi-final is going to be like. Or God forbid, a final. Goodness me. Skip my guitar practice. England, Italy in the final, my two favourites. Well, there's a big job to be done here first. England versus the Ukraine. Liam, we do not want to see that. We do not want to see any extra time and certainly no penalties whatsoever. Evening, Purple Bungalow. Amanda, got the shivers. The Ukraine national anthem. The Ukraine boys singing their national anthem now as we speak. Andriy Shevchenko, familiar to this stadium. Great player in Italy for Milan, wasn't he? And there he is, the Ukraine manager now. What are you going to do when England score at the World Cup and you've got a baby sleeping in the house? Apologise afterwards. You love it. Right. Ukrainians singing their national anthem. Now, John says 1-0 England. Elliot, 2-0 England. There are your teams. Bushan, Zabarny, Kristov, Matvienko, Mikolenko and Karavayev. Shaparenko, Sidorchuk, Zinchenko, Uremchuk and Yarmolenko at top. For England, Pickford, Walker, Shaw, Maguire, Stones, Phillips, Rice, Sancho, Sterling, Mount and Kane. We are ready to go. Let's get behind the boys tonight. They have done a tremendous job so far. Not a single goal conceded, but of course, let's keep it calm. You may well be behind in a tournament at some point. It is Ukraine versus England, and the action is about to start. We have got the same team shape as the UEFA graphic that's just being put up here on the BBC. It is a quarter-final in the Euros tonight. Big, big, big game. Come on, England. You can do it. Defeat is out of the question. 3 a.m. here in the Philippines. 2-1 England. Welcome, Mike. England win, we hope. Come on, England. Come on, England. Plenty of those sentiments. And let's all try and enjoy it. Let's try and keep calm. It's not going to necessarily be plain sailing. It might be hard. It might be 0-0 after an hour. And we just got to stick with the process here. And if what has been happening in all the previous games happens, Southgate will have a plan if it's tight. And those people obsessing over Foden and Grealish can maybe offer an important opinion then, because we may need to see them as Yarmolenko is rallying his team there, the captain for Ukraine. And we are about to kick off. Ukraine versus England. Keep your comments coming in through the stream. Little bit nervous now. The nerves are kicking in. But let's just get hold of the ball. Let's keep it calm. And fingers crossed, come on, England. We will get you a timestamp imminently. We are about to kick off. Ukraine are going to kick us off. And away we go. Here comes the Euro 2020 quarterfinals. Dare I say it, England have come a cropper at this stage a few times, haven't they? But they are favourites tonight. We'll get you a timestamp as soon as we can. Here is Kyle Walker, Sancho. And Sancho drops that in to the centre halves. Stones to Maguire, England. Holding the ball already. Here is Sterling. What great output from him this tournament. Sure, Sterling. Maguire to Stones. Ukraine sat in shape. Zinchenko is indeed playing in a left side central midfield position. Here comes your 1 minute sink. 3, 2, 1, sink. That is 1 minute down. Is Shaw looking for Sterling. Pinched away and knocked forward. And it's just going to roll out for a throw-in. Peanuts, a €99 super chat. Thank you very, very much, Peanuts. Very, very kind. Josh, if you're on the iPlayer, hit pause. You will be behind. We're on the TV feed here. Hit pause on the stream here. We don't spoil anything for you. Luke Shaw throws that in. Phillips knocks it back. Can someone just check me I'm right? The 4 players on yellow cards, please, guys. Maguire, Rice, Phillips, and Mount. Yes? So we could do with them avoiding yellow cards tonight. But look, a win's a win is a win at whatever cost it needs to come at. Here is Luke Shaw. Sterling. It's going to be a mid-low block from Ukraine tonight. We need to be patient as fans, and the players, far more importantly, need to be patient. Yeah, we are correct there. So, yeah, Maguire, Rice and Phillips and Mount all on yellow cards. Phillips knocks it off to Walker. Mount, Sancho. Thank you very, very much, Bits. A 99p super chat. Is it Foden, not Mount? Thank you. I remember Foden was on one from the second game or something. It wasn't even the first game. So Mount doesn't have a yellow card. Is that right? Walker, Sancho. Sancho inside to Mount. Mount goes down in the box. Nothing doing. Is Sterling down the left-hand side. Sterling comes inside, feeds it in. Kane! And England have the lead on 3 minutes. A perfect start for the English, and Harry Kane has done it again. He's going now, and he scored in his last 2 games. Sterling with the assist. The Ukraines sat too deep. England lead already. I'm going to stay calm, but it's a brilliant start for England, who lead on 3.5 minutes. And captain Kane does it again. Sterling steps inside, feeds the ball through. He's well onside. And can you believe people doubting Kane? 2 goals now. Well, in about the last 20 minutes. England lead 1-0. Sterling and Kane do it again. Kane in behind, pokes it home. Keeper gets a bit of contact on the chest. England lead, Ukraine 0. England 1. What a start. You'll take that one all day. Come on, Harry. Some of us never doubted you. Ukraine 0, England 1. Pick the bones out of that. Sidorchuk, Ukraine shocked into a bit of intensity. They just sat in for the first 3 minutes, and literally the first attack, excuse me, First attack of the game, and England take the lead. Let's go to your comments on that. Happy, happy days. You love to see it. There you go. There's all of your comments. Easy as you like. An early goal. I think we were hearing earlier. Who's the only team to have scored within 5 minutes in this tournament? And they've done it twice. I can't think who it is. What a start. The Ukraine's on the attack now. Shot driven in. Blocked out by Stones and headed away by there is Gareth Southgate, who looks nice and calm. And that's been a feature of this. We can't now expect 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, 5-0. The game plan is just to win. Denmark, there you go. Thank you. We're just seeing the penalty shout on Mount. It was some contact, but not all contact is a foul. Great assist, says Richard. Sterling does it again. An assist for him now. And another goal for Kane. Maguire clears up the line. Sterling appears to have fouled Karavayev. Here, get Trippier on and sit in for 86 minutes. Woof. So it's a free kick to the Ukraine. Shaparenko looks like the right-footed option. Jordan Pickford just sorting out the wool. In it comes. Ooh, pinball in the box. Kane hits it up in the air. Yarmolenko heads down. Shaparenko. And it's fed over. Back into Sidorchik. England get back in shape. Zabarnyi. He knocks it back in. Here is Krzysztof. Karavayev. Blocked out by Shaw. Sidorchuk. Good little bit of possession for the Ukraine here. Zinchenko knocks, drops in deep now where he can be of influence. Shaparenko. Good spell for Ukraine here. Karavayev tries to feed it through. Phillips blocks it. Zinchenko. Zinchenko's caught on the ball. He's strong enough to keep hold of it. Plenty of passes for the Ukraine here, but all in front of England and no danger as yet. There will be a chance. There's always a chance. Stone steps out and wins that nicely. Here's Luke Shaw. Shaw gives that one away. Ukraine the better side for the last 2 to 3 minutes. Mykolenko's got it on the left. Notice Mason Mount in front of Harry Kane, triggering the press from number 9. Well cut out by Sterling. England win it back. Phillips to Shaw. Shaw to Maguire and back again. Shaw just stands on the ball. And this is where the Ukraine's mid-low block is worthless now at 1-0 down. No pressing from the Ukraine. So England just knocking it about amongst themselves. Here's Sterling on the left. Shaw, Sterling. England throw in. Maguire knocks it in. The score flashes up. Ukraine 0. England 1. 3.5 minutes. Harry Kane. Sterling played him in. Kane, easy finish. Second goal of the tournament for Harry Kane, who's scored now in both of the knockout games. Here is Shaw. The pace of the game is going to be an interesting thing. Stephen and Paul both bringing that up in the chat. Essentially, you want to just control it if you're England, but waves will come from Ukraine. Although England keeping the ball very efficiently at the moment. Here's Declan Rice, 11 gone. Walker. Stones to Kane, tries a back heel. Kane gives it away, and here comes the Ukraine counter attack. It's fed out to Yarmolenko on the right. Maguire, can he stop the cross? He got something on it. Declan Rice covering in, and Kane picks it up. Matvienko, nice ball up. Oh, no, it's not actually. He's overhit it. They had caught Jadon Sancho out there. Matvienko trying to play Mykolenko in down the left-hand side. There's the goal again. Classic Kane and Sterling, wasn't it? Beautiful pass by Sterling. Brilliant assist. And Kane just toe pokes it home. Southgate trying to stay as calm as possible. It's an early goal. I remember Shearer scoring very early against Germany in 96. Someone look that up for me. Was that goal earlier than this one? It felt like it. And we know how that turned out. Christoph to Matvienko. Given away by Zinchenko to his teammate, actually, Kyle Walker, who comes down the side. Walker, great play by Kyle Walker then. Takes England all the way up the pitch. Tries to cross his block, but he wins the throw-in. Phillips. Rice. England looking calm and composed. Sure. England leading. Maguire. Stones. Walker. Phillips. Phillips back into the centre halves. I mean, Kyle Walker just pointing out, give it back to the centre halves, and then no one's pressing. Here's Shaw. Sterling. Maguire. Stones. Stones up the line to Walker. Walker, couldn't quite find Mount there. He's in a bit of space on the right wing. Mykolenko. Just got in the way of that one. Phillips to Walker. England having a good, strong amount of possession here. And it's irrelevant that it's not dangerous because they are leading 1-0, 52-48. Remember, Ukraine did have a good little passing flurry of their own after the goal. Shaw, back to Maguire. Ukraine deep. Back three and the wing-backs quite narrow. Midfield three sat in front. England have ceded possession, but it's given straight back. They went for the long straight ball. And out comes Pickford and gets it to Luke Shaw. And the England boys at the back perfectly happy to say, right, everybody get in shape because we know you're not going to come out and press us, Ukraine. 3rd minute, was it, Liam? Shearer's goal. Even earlier then. Given away there. Sterling couldn't quite keep it in. I think it would be an appropriate time to open a beer, wouldn't it? 15:30 on the clock. England lead 1-0. Yarmolenko knocks it in to Matvienko. It's clipped out to the right-hand side. Did that go out? Sure seemed to think so. Referee says no, they've gone for the big switch of play. Excellent watch by Kyle Walker. And he just nods that back home to Jordan Pickford. And Luke Shaw has it again. Cheers, everybody. Maguire. Given away by Walker. This looks dangerous now. Yaremchuk in the box against Stones. And he gets the shot off. Pickford saves it. Pickford's furious with Walker. And that is the danger, isn't it, when you are pinging it about the back. Just a little giveaway there. Walker completely sells Stones down the river. Stones does well in the end, and there's not too much danger, but it's a corner, and this corner needs to be defended. In it comes, left-footed. Walker and Maguire both go for it. I think Walker gets the header. Surely a high foot in there. Not given. Quick recycle. Sidorchuk, Stepanenko, Shaparenko. Out it goes to Zinchenko, who I think took the corner in the first instance. Zabarny. Karavayev, and Ukraine getting a little bit of possession again. A real game of cat and mouse in possession, this one. That's a nice ball down the line. Zinchenko drives inside. Good play by Zinchenko. Gets it back. Nice, good clearance there. I think it was Declan Rice who just got in there and booted that down the ground. Oops, bang, crash wallop. And here is Zabarny, 17:58 gone. 1-0 England. England have had one shot and scored from it. The Ukraine now have had two. Possession 55-45 in England's favour. And England have everybody behind the ball now. Shaparenko knocks it back in. Sterling over on the right-hand side now. I don't know if he swapped with Sancho. Oh, Sterling nearly. He had swapped with Sancho. Played Sancho in there. And one of the Ukrainians is down. It's Matvienko. And he's going to get some treatment now, I think. Matvienko, right foot. Looks like it's the problem area. Don't think any kind of foul was given. He was tussling with Sterling. Just a fairly obvious 50-50 tackle, but he seems to have hurt himself. Need to keep the ball off Zinchenko's left foot. Yeah, and he's got the status in this team, Zinchenko, where you get a player who is obviously playing at a very high level. He's got the status to start wandering around and doing what he likes as well. Ukraine will fight until the end. Proved that against the French. When did they play the French? You mean the Swedes? I don't know. Oh, there you go. Bits on the Bovril. Matvienko is just getting his treatment. 20 gone. Real game of cat and mouse, as I was saying, in possession. both teams sitting back in shape and just pinging the ball around. Both teams waiting for the other to give the ball away, and then away they both go on transition. So a real cat and mouse game here. Neither team this early in the quarterfinal wants to or seems to want to commit to going fully on the front foot. And let's be very plain about this. We now have seen both Italy and Spain do that fairly consistently and, you know, aggressively hunt down teams and attack them. So interesting. Sao Paulo, too cold. I don't believe it, Turkey. So very similar to the Germany game. Well, at least we didn't have the first 10 minutes where Germany took us to school a little bit. We grew into that one, didn't we? Early goals do strange things to games sometimes, especially tense ones like this. But I'm sure we'd have all taken 1-0 up at 21 minutes, wouldn't we? So Walker, Sancho, nice little step inside. Phillips gives it away. Sancho wins it back. Mount, lovely ball back. Look at that from Sancho. Brilliant. Sterling into the box now. England through the gears. Helped on Luke Shaw. Brilliant move from England. Oh, and there's no one arriving from the cutback. Beautiful stuff from Sancho there coming in off the right. And if that's the plan, I'll take it. I will take it because they snapped into gear then. Luke Shaw was up the pitch, ready to go. Impressive attack there from England. They turned it on for a second. Jadon Sancho at the centre of it. LA gives the ball away then, Sancho. And Zinchenko looks after it well. Played Sancho. Close. Just the final ball from Shaw. Couldn't pick out. I think there were 3 or 4 runners coming in as well, weren't there? And Shaw's been penalised for a tug on Karavayev, and the Ukraine's restart. 22:45 on the clock. Ukraine 0. England 1. Showed our quality in that build-up. Excellent. Agreed. Sidorchuk knocks that one back in to Matvienko. Good strength by Matvienko. Does really well, actually. Yarmolenko had a hefty touch there. Matvienko had done really well getting forward from left centre back. It's hoiked clear by Pickford. And Phillips, cool as you like. Lovely play by Calvin Phillips. Just chests it down and hooks it back over to Pickford, who, how things change. It's Pickford trying to calm the others down now. Maguire, Walker. Walker holds onto it. Inside it goes. Stones out to Luke Shaw. Shaw inside. Maguire. Phillips offers. Again, Ukraine sat behind the ball. There's no press whatsoever on any of the England back four. So the urgency drops from that moment onwards. Here's Sancho again. Mount's made a nice run for him. He goes inside to Kane, though, instead. Good play, Sancho, who's just getting into the game now, looking good. Rice out to Shaw. Rice steps forward. Shaw's going to have to come back and into Maguire. And all of this at 1-0 up is fine. I'm sure the derision would have been massive if it had been 0-0. But patience is a virtue, for goodness sake. Shaw always looking to create when he gets the ball upfield. And he's been quite high, actually, Shaw. We can get a heat map after about a minute more. I think they have them after about 25 minutes, don't they? And again, the myth about Rice and Phillips. Rice well up in a number 8 position there Good synergy between Rice and Phillips. One sits, one goes. More often than not, Phillips goes. But when Rice went, then Phillips sat. And again, the idea of those two just sit in front of the back four is just preposterous, isn't it? Here's Walker. Rice. Stones. Maguire. Maguire steps out from centre half. Shaw. High again on that left-hand side. Bit of a hospital ball from Shaw to Phillips, but Phillips stretches and England win the throw-in. There's the fullback heat maps there for... I'll need to remove the banner. For Shaw and Walker. Shaw particularly involved in the game, higher up as well, and a nice blob over halfway. Here's Sterling in the box. Sterling holds it up. Sterling hits the shot. Didn't really have support then. Possible counter. Walker knocks it back. Pickford's going to have to come out of goal. Nice play out from the back. Brilliant from England there. Shaw. Oh, don't give it away there. Rice in there, and Shaw pokes it out. Helping their mate out there. Knocked down the line. And Sancho offside. We are controlling the game. If we up the tempo, we could have them on the ropes. Agreed, David. I just think it's going to be more cat and mouse than that, isn't it? I think it's going to be, okay, Ukraine, what have you got? We will wait for you to come at us. Oh, and by the way, if you do and you leave yourself open, here comes Sterling and Sancho and Kane. I hope that's the plan anyway. Pickford keeps playing well in the back four. Yeah, touch wood. He's looking decent, Pickford, isn't he? And after years of Joe Hart being overhyped and not emotionally calm, Sterling, lovely turn by Sterling down the left-hand side, rolls his man. Sterling knocks it back. Here's Shaw. Shaw, Sterling. Sterling draws the foul. And the experience of Sterling there wins the free kick. Bit of a difficult one for Mason Mount, this, isn't it? He's obviously been told to trigger the press and get up and ahead. And I think essentially he's got to be in about three places at once in this system, hasn't he? He's hardly... if we were chasing the game and it was Grealish in there, it would be right. Sit there and get as close to Kane as you can and try and play him in. Whereas Mount's got to be here, there and everywhere. Free kick, England. Shaw from the left-hand side swings it in. Kane heads goalwards over the crossbar. He's about 10, 12 yards out there, Kane. Is he ahead of the penalty spot? Just about. He's fairly tightly marked and he flicks the header over the top. Here is Zabarnyi, 18 years old, Zabarnyi. Matvienko down the line. Mykolenko. Sancho engages the press. Kane follows. And it's worked, actually. They've played Zabarnyi into the corner and they're going to win it back. Well played, Sancho and Kane there. Pretty poor from the Ukrainians, but it worked, didn't it? 29:42 on the clock. Ukraine 0, England 1. Maguire. Walker. He's got Sancho ahead of him. Sancho v's Mykolenko. It's going to go back in to Walker. England, understandably, happy to keep the ball at 30 minutes and 1-0 up. Here's Shaw. Sterling fouled, surely. Referee didn't give it. No, the advantage has gone again. Walker. Sancho now stands up Mykolenko. Sancho runs at his man. Can he get by him? He's done all right there, Sancho. He had no real support if he did beat him. Kyle Walker is going to take the throw. Sterling's just pulling over to the far touchline, just trying to make the pitch big. The Spanish did that so well yesterday, didn't they? Getting Ferran Torres and Sarabia high and wide. Here is Sterling. More influential in the earlier phases of the attack, Sterling. Obviously, he's been the guy finishing them off. But in terms of making the play at a slower tempo with a, frankly, pretty defensive-looking Ukraine, different role for Sterling. Sancho and Phillips exchange passes. Sancho clips it in. It bounces off Phillips. Can Mount get the run on Mykolenko? He can't. Mykolenko clears. Walker. Oh, lovely turn by Sancho around Zinchenko. Sancho to Mount. Back to Sancho. England pacing themselves. Walker. Walker back to Sancho. In comes the cross from the right, looking for Kane. Headed clear. Decent header by Christoph. And England pretty dominant possession-wise here. Can they make a couple of chances, though, is the question. Sterling. Sterling runs his man into the box. Good play, Sterling. Crosses low. Cleared out. Edge of the box. Rice. Rice hits the shot. It's blocked. Kane with the follow-up. Mount hits it. Rice heads on. Good save by Bouchan. Ukraine counter-attack opportunity now. Declan Rice is going to see to that. England forcing the issue a little bit more. It looks like Christoph has just collapsed to the ground, the number 4, and he's shaking his head, and this does not look good. There was the shot in hyper slow motion, which Bouchan sees, dives past it a little bit, but look, 2 good hands on that. There's the reaction from Gareth Southgate. Ukraine have no answers at the moment. England in complete control. Yeah, it's just creating those chances now. Curved glass, so Ukraine are disappointing. Rice got hold of that shot. We're just seeing Christoph hitting the deck there. Hopefully he's okay. Good play by Sterling again, who's pretty much been the big attacking outlet for England in this game. Sancho getting more and more involved as we go. David, if we can get another one, these will collapse. We have them rocking. It's just patience to get into that point, isn't it? Have fun, math. 34 gone. They're still treating Christoph. 3 shots apiece on the XG. England 0.82 to Ukraine 0.12. 1 corner to 0 for the Ukrainians. England looking good, looking comfortable, although it looks like Christoph is done. He's just explaining to Shevchenko. And I think we're going to get a substitution for the Ukraine. Tsigankov is coming on. Viktor Tsigankov. Does he play centre back? Forgive my knowledge of Ukraine players. Another Dynamo Kiev player. We'll see where he's headed. 15, Tsigankov. It looks like Matvienko's gone central, or they might have just gone to a back four, the Ukraines. Tsigankov is sat in front. Okay. Sidorchuk, sorry, is sat in front. Yeah, they've gone to a back four, the Ukraine. So first interesting tactical wrinkle now. I don't know whether that opens up their shape a little bit more, but they've definitely gone to a back four, haven't they? It's Matvienko and Zabani at the back. Tsigankov is way up the pitch. So interesting. Hopefully Southgate is wise to that. I'm sure he will have known what that change meant far greater than you or I. Will it bring them out of their shell? They immediately look more fluid, actually, rather than that blocky 3-5-2. Here's Zinchenko. Zinchenko plays it in. Sidorchik cuts it back. Yarmolenko. Zinchenko hits the shot. Good block by Mason Mount. And England just getting to grips with the new shape here. Viktor Tsigankov joining the action. His heat map for the tournament, Tsigankov, is pretty much all over the place, but concentrated down the left-hand side. He's certainly no centre-back, put it that one. Yeah, it looks like they've matched up now, doesn't it? Yarmolenko's gone to the right. Shaparenko, who's wearing 10, I think might have gone to play 10. And it looks like Shevchenko's just completely matched up. Sterling nicks in and wins that. Oh, Sterling's got hurt. Please be okay. I think he's going to hop up again. Just got caught there by Shaparenko. So, yeah, call it what you like. 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1. What is for certain is that the Ukraine have gone to a back four of Karavayev, Mikolenko, the fullback, Zabani and Matvienko. And then read it how you like. Sidorchik, Shaparenko, Zinchenko, midfield three. Siganov, left, Yarmolenko, right, Yaremchuk, central. The first tactical issue now for Southgate to solve is Kane. Sterling slides it through. Luke Shaw into the box. He crosses it. Sancho hits the shot and it's blocked. A chance for England. The offside flag has gone up against Luke Shaw, though Sancho couldn't find the corner. Shaw did not look offside there. From my 1 second eye test on that one. Some oofs. There we go. Here is Matvienko. Inside to Zabani. Karavayev. Ukraine look better in the new shape, don't they? Would you agree? Here is Matvienko. Nice slide through the lines. Oh, it's good from the Ukraine. Tsigankov is in the box, edge of the box now, stood up by Walker. Oh, through they go. Yaremchuk crosses low and Stones makes the clearance. Ukraine look way, way better with a back four, don't they? Stones, decent clearance there. That came from a really lovely pass by Matvienko, literally from centre half all the way through. Good vertical passing there by the Ukraine. Stones dealt with well. Corner. Zinchenko puts it in. Shaw, big header. I think the corner might have gone out of play. We've stopped. Or was Yaremchuk holding Rice? Yeah, he was, wasn't he? Started off 6-1, half a dozen of the other. And then Yaremchuk took matters into his own hand. 41-10 on the clock. A bit more threat here from the Ukrainians, who'd obviously come to set up in the into the 3-5-2 block. And switching to the back four seems to be working for them. England just taking their time to adjust to the new shape. Sigankov cleared, and here is Matvienko again. Zinchenko. England still slightly on top on the possession, 54-46, but that is going to drop off a little bit. Walker gets in there, wins that one, pokes it away. Bouchan. And England sitting in deep. Sterling and Sancho have well and truly swapped wings now. Sterling right, Sancho left at the moment. The issue, as the chat has pointed out, is down the left-hand side, isn't it? And here's Zinchenko again. No surprise that where he goes, the issue arises. Nicely knocked off. Yaremchuk. Yarmolenko, all poor header from Stones. Knocked into the middle. Yarmolenko there. Shot from the edge of the box, not far wide. Ukraine are the better side at the moment. No particularly big chance yet for the Ukraine, but they're certainly catching my eye. Basically, Harry Kane's talking tactics there. I hope they haven't just figured out what we all figured out about 15 minutes ago about the system. Pickford knocks it down the ground. Siganov's a winner there. Just gets ahead of Sterling. Into Yarmolenko. Mount wins it back. As I said, it's not all going to go your way. There will be periods. That's one back. Shaw tried to work it with Sancho there. Sidorchuk's got it back. Karavayev. Ukraine won't want the half to end, will it? With 44-20, they're on top. They could do another 5 minutes, couldn't they? There's the out ball on the left-hand side. Inside it goes. There's Yaremchuk. Mikolenko. Sidorchuk. Shaparenko. Here's Karavayev down the right. Shaparenko. Phillips engages the press on the excellent Zinchenko, and that's a brilliant pass by Zinchenko. Karavayev cuts it in. Great defending by Rice. What a lovely pass by Zinchenko there, who's been allowed to drift. Oh, brilliant feat by Sancho. Wonderful play by Sancho. Pull that back, ref. Of course he does. Lovely bit of skill. But maybe some detail on Zinchenko here needed, who's roaming about now in a central midfield 3 and needs picking up. You wouldn't be surprised if Shevchenko said, Sidorchik and Shaparenko, just sit. Zinchenko, you follow the space. And he did there, and it was brilliant from Zinchenko, wasn't it? Also, in the interest of balance, brilliant from Sancho on the break out there. We are into 3 minutes of stoppage time, 55 gone. So 2 minutes minimum stoppage time to go. And it'll be quite a welcome break for England, because I would suggest, and we can give you the exact minute, because it was when Tsigankov, came on. Ukraine have been the better side, haven't they? Which was 35. Here comes Sterling, though. He's always dangerous. Sterling drives forward. Brilliant from Sterling. Does he win the corner? Yes, he does. Excellent from Sterling. Wins the corner off Mykolenko. Or does he? Oh, no, give it a goal kick. I stand corrected. 70 seconds of the first half, or the minimum stoppage time to go. Big header by Maguire. Sancho wins it back. Sancho's looked decent this half. Couple of lovely involvements from Sancho. Not the output of Sterling, but certainly balanced him out fairly nicely. Sancho to Maguire. Stones. 30 seconds remaining. Sure, Stones. Maguire taken down there. He looks none too happy about it. Yarmolenko and Yaremchuk having a lovely old time there. One wanted to offer his hand. Maguire refused it. Then he asked for it again. And then Yarmolenko knocked his hand out of the way. All fun and games. Yarmolenko, of course, will be known to West Ham fans, Premier League fans alike. I think this is it now for the first half. 48-20. I'd imagine referee Brick is going to blow imminently, and he does. Walker knocks it down the line. Ukraine 0, England 1. Great start by England. Harry Kane from another excellent bit of play by Raheem Sterling. Slides it in. Yaremchuk and Maguire are chipping away at each other. Let it go, boys. Move on. Sterling played in Kane. Kane got the opening goal. It was real cat and mouse stuff, with both sides kind of sitting in shape and just pinging the ball about. Declan Rice had a shot charged down. And then on 35, it fell into Shevchenko's lap, really, didn't it? Christoph gets himself injured. And it's a good call by Shevchenko. He goes to a back four, sort of a 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, whatever you want to call it, and brings Tsigankov on. And the Ukraine were the better side, certainly for the last 10 minutes of the half. An interesting counterpoint here. If that substitution hadn't have been made and it was still the 3-5-2 for the Ukraine, England would be looking a lot more comfortable. But that tactical change really did seem to mess with our boys' heads a little bit, didn't it? Let's have a look at the numbers and then we'll come to some of your comments, guys. The attack momentum there is England blue, Ukraine green. You can see on the chart there. Sorry, let me bring that up so you can see me. Lovely. XG, England 0.83 to Ukraine 0.21. 52-48 on the possession. 5 shots each. 2 on target to the English, 1 to the Ukraine. 2 corners to 0. The one big chance fell to England, and they scored it. So outside of the goal and the eye test, which was in England's favour very much for 25, 30 minutes, wasn't it? The numbers tell us it's a tight game. Whereas there's far more nuance to it than that. I think you would all agree. Interesting. Very, very interesting. And England not having it all their own way, particularly in the last 10 minutes of their half. Get your comments in, guys. I'm going to take my 2-minute break, and be interested to know what you think. Let's be sensible about it and balanced. There's not going to be substitutions at halftime, is there? There's going to be a chat about how to approach it, and if we are going to get substitutions, it's probably going to be around the hour mark, and we'll see how things move on. But I think it just needs a little reset from England, doesn't it, into the second half, and just having a good chat about that possible overload in central midfield, and maybe the need for Mason Mount to really drop back into a central midfield spot and try and stop us getting overrun a little bit as we were in central midfield, and those switches out to the left-hand side as well. Right, I'm going to take my 2-minute break. Get your comments in. Be really fascinated in your balanced views, hopefully. I won't, if there's any nonsense ones, I'm just not going to read them out, okay? But balanced views on the first half and how England should approach the second. See you in 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere, guys. I mean, you can, but make sure you come back, because the stream will be returning in a couple of minutes. If you haven't already, and you're not going anywhere, hit subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications on the Benjamin Bloom channel. Like this stream. Keep your comments coming. And if you want, you can give it a share. And what better place to go and share than over on Twitter, where you can find me at Benjamin Bloom. Lots of stuff goes down that feed. And if you ever need to contact me, the DMs are open. Forgive me, it might take a couple of days to get through all of them. At Benjamin Bloom on Twitter. You can also support us over at our Teespring store, www.benjaminbloommerch.store. Don't forget the 2 M's in a row. Buy yourself a t-shirt, a mug, phone case, hoodies, all sorts of good stuff over there. Great way to represent our community over here. If you do get something, make sure you send me a picture over on Twitter, in fact, and I will get that retweeted. You can also support over on Patreon, www.patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. A direct way to support my work here monthly. Get yourself a little bit of extra content each month. And thank you to everybody on Patreon. We really could not have got through what has been happening in the world without you. Before we return, get those comments filled up. Questions, topics, etc. And enjoy the rest of the stream. Here we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It is Ukraine 0, England 1. So the big headline is, as things stand, England will be heading to the Euro 2020 semi-finals to face Denmark. There's obviously a lot more to it than that, especially after the last 10 minutes of the first half. But I'm really interested to know your thoughts on the first half. And I mean, really, the first half feels a bit irrelevant now because it's all about what happens in the second half and how you would go about approaching the remainder of this game now with Zinchenko floating around in central midfield and a back four now for the Ukraine. Interesting. Going to be very, very interesting. Let's have a look at some of your comments. Julian, I would go hell for leather. Let's park that one there. BBC haven't noticed Ukraine changing formation. Well, don't know what to say about that, Mr. E. Sterling playing a deeper role is pretty clever. Yeah, that's been most of the half, hasn't it? Get Hendo on for defence. Grealish to make a miracle goal. Maybe later in the game. I don't think we're going to get subs before 60 minutes, or certainly not at 1-0 up before 60 minutes. For sure, England fairly comfortable. Need to be careful not to be caught on the break. I heard you didn't go mental for the goal. I was hearing you screaming in my head when Kane scored. No, early goals, yeah, early goals. You kind of don't, do you? It's too long to go, but hey, we will see. What other comments have we got in the chat here? Shearer said before the game, if we get the first goal, we can sit back and enjoy it, but we've got to lose this, haven't we? This thing around England that, if they take the lead, here we go on. Yeah, other nations are more intelligent than what, and I respect Shearer. God, what a player, but not super exciting. But considering what's at stake, it's hardly any wonder. Yeah, it's not the players' job to entertain us, and it's the players' job to win. And they are at the moment, but very cat and mouse for sure. We've got to get you off the Italian beers if England meet Italy. Okay, you can buy me some then, retired bros. But not that I think it makes any difference. Not that you got in trouble from the boss for the she wasn't in the house, David, for the previous England celebrations. That was pent up 20 years, 30 years of losing to Germany. Although I do remember very much enjoying the 5-1 against Germany. But hey, it gets to you, doesn't it? Right. Guys, keep your questions in. Keep your comments coming in. I know there's not really a lot to say because it's all about how the second half starts panning out now and whether England get more used to that new shape. If I may do a couple of plugs here, you can follow me on social media. Look, there's Trent Alexander-Arnold. Tremendous. Good luck to him. I hope his recuperation's going well. Missed the tournament through injury. Out in Marbella in Spain. Very nice too. Good luck to you, Trent. Social media at Benjamin Bloom on Twitter. You can follow on Instagram as well. Try and put some pictures up there. These streams go live on Facebook. Patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Get a bit of extra content there. Support me and my ambition to do this part of full time. You can even sponsor a show like Russ, Jay, David, Charlie. We should add bits to that now. He's going to be on it next soon. Stephen is as well, for sure. So thank you, that crowd. And we've got a new URL for our merch, www.benjaminbloommerch.store. Grab yourself some merchandise, represent our growing community, t-shirts, hoodies, phone cases, mugs, etc., etc. Everyone keeps asking for pint glasses. Maybe we'll get that done. Get the, where's the logo? Oh, that was nearly a beer bottle went. There's the logo up there. We can get that on there. Someone will let us know how to do it, won't they? You can support via Super Chat and Super Stickers as well. We've already had a few during the stream. Thank you very, very much. But for absolutely free, hit subscribe ring the bell for notifications. Our live subscriber count is 17,741. We would love to get to 18,000. I wonder if we could do it by the end of the Euros. That would be fabulous. Wouldn't it? What do we say in the chat here? Started well, but Ukraine have grown into the game. Need that second goal. Have to control the two wide players. Walker's been poor, has he? I agree. We have to control not even the two wide players. It's the left-hand side, isn't it? Let's be honest. But I don't think that necessarily transmits into Walker being poor. But, yep, the couple of attacks have come down that side, hasn't it? For sure. The cat that was among the pigeons is now... He disappeared, Chris. He's just gone, hasn't he? Concentrate, England. What are you talking about, Math? He's concentrating on his Danish girlfriend, isn't he? Do you mean? Still no goals conceded. Yes. Trent would have been quality. Yes, he would, wouldn't he? He'd have come really narrow and put crosses in the box and stuff, but not to be. Too many right backs anyway. Too many right backs spoil the broth. Thank you, Math. I love your channel. Phillips could drop deeper, like Rice to collect the ball. God, Twitter will love that, won't it? They get within 5 meters of each other, Twitter melts down, doesn't it? Reckon he could create something with Sancho, man. It does feel like it needs to go more 4-3-3 now than 4-2-3-1 and stop particularly Zinchenko there. Maybe Mount can look after him. Here's Bits. Look, you know it's going to be nonsense as soon as he puts hashtag end of story. We go on to score one more, take 5 corners, concede the corners, and then both... Oh, okay. This is all dependent on his gambling, is it? Yes. Good luck, though, Bits. I hope that happens, as long as it means England win. Hey. I haven't been convinced by Kane before last match. He was better against the Czechs, wasn't he? First 2 games was quiet, wasn't he? 2 goals now. He's doing the business, though, isn't he, for sure? Here come the officials. Here comes Harry Kane, Jordan Pickford, the England players chatting and chatting, hopefully strategizing how they're going to do this. Chris Powell looks very relaxed. So does Connor Cody at the back. There's Jordan Henderson. I think we might well be seeing Jordan Henderson tonight for sure, won't we, at some point? I think we might need him. All I want is a team full of right backs. I like that. A team full of Mickey Stockwells. There's an Ipswich reference for you. Let's have a look at the teams, indeed, tonight. Make it magnificent. So the Ukraine are not in that shape at all anymore now. Bushan in goal. It's a back 4. Matvienko, Zabani centre-halves. Christoph has gone off. Karavayev and Mikolenko are the full-backs. Zinchenko, Sidorchuk, Shaparenko are still in there. Yaremchuk and Yarmolenko have been joined by Sagankov, who's sort of playing front left, isn't he? For England, that is the system, but maybe Mason Mount will drop in and it will look more for 4-3-3. Pickford, Walker, Stones, Maguire, Shaw, Phillips, Rice, Sancho, Mount, Sterling, Kane, the goal scorer. Remember, Foden on the bench, Grealish on the bench, and Harry Kane has immediately drawn a foul and won a free kick in the first phase of this second half. Keep your comments coming, have your say, share your knowledge, drive the debate. I'll read the best ones. Ukraine 0, England 1. We've kicked off the second half, and I'll get you a timestamp after this free kick has been taken. Shaw and Sancho are over this free kick. Maguire's up. Rice is up. Stones has found some space at the back, actually. In comes the delivery. Maguire! And England go 2-0 up right at the start of the second half. How about that? We've been pontificating for the last 15 minutes. We didn't need to because England have scored a set play straight away in the second half. We've been waiting for a set play. Gareth Southgate's been waiting for a set play. And Harry Maguire has done it. Ukraine 0, England 2. That changes everything. Get your thoughts in on that in the comments. Maguire is the goal scorer. They're showing the free kick again. I'm going to leave my bias not at the door. I don't care. Maguire at Sinchenko plays him onside on the near post. Maguire in the middle with Matvienko. Out jumps him. Powers the header in. England 2-0 up and heading for the semi-finals. And now the Ukraine really have a lot to do. And God, timing is everything, isn't it? And that is the perfectly timed goal for England. Come on, Harry Maguire, 2-0. England looking good. Woof. Wow. You love it. Let's see your comments on that one. Brilliant stuff. Yeah, another cracking start. And finally, a set play goal. You love it. What a start out of absolute nowhere. Limbs in the front room. Ukraine underbelly first 5 minutes. Great deliver. Great header. Fantastic. No strategy, no nothing. Set play. Get it in the mixer. Get the big centre half to head it in the net. You absolutely love to see it. And I'm going to open a beer. As things stand, England defend a 2-goal lead now with 42 minutes remaining to meet Denmark in the semi-finals of Euro 2020. And all the pressure now in this game transfers immediately with that goal across to the Ukraine. They have got to make the play, and England should be fairly set now just to be able to absorb and transition and try and counter. But yes, agreed. Keep calm next 10 minutes, and then we will see certainly the central midfielders will probably be subbed out. I suspect we'll see Jordan Henderson before long, given Rice, Phillips, Maguire, all on yellow cards. Foden as well. Here is Mykolenko. Sidorczyk. Big run by Mykolenko down the left-hand side. England nice and tight. And look how deep Mount is now. They were listening to us, weren't they? Sancho back helping in the right back area. Phillips, good press by Phillips, but he's been beaten by Sidorczyk. Mykolenko. Brought to you by Peroni. Cheers, everyone. Ukraine 0, England 2. You love to see it. They've got a transition on now with Mount driving forward. Sterling now. Sterling, left-hand side of the box. Sterling, lovely little back heel. Shaw crosses in. Kane! Oh, yes! Oh, it's 3-0. Wow! England have swept the Ukraine away. And it is 3-0. Gareth Southgate doesn't batter an eyelid. Brilliant down the left-hand side. Oh, 3-0. Harry Kane gets his second. Wow. 3-0 England. And they are very, very, I'm not going to say definitely, very, very, looking very, very good for the semi-finals now. Kane, middle of the goal, heads it in. Sterling, back heel, brilliant. Shaw crosses in. Kane, 3 goals in 2 games. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Ukraine 0, England 3. And I'm going to try and stop the smile permeating my face. Go on, Gareth. He gives it the fist bump. We're all with him. Ukraine 0, England 3. Bang, bang. Sucker punch at the start of the second half. And dare we get excited now about a semi-final against Denmark. Woof. Oh, right. Calm. Keep the ball calm. Ukraine 0. England 3. DJ Samuel is coming home. It's coming home. £5 super chat. Thank you very, very much. Very, very kind. Oh, right. I've got to try not to get too excited now. Ukraine 0, England 3. This is great. Oh, it is indeed. Oh, isn't it just? In the kitchen when he heard me. Well, there you go. Here's Mykolenko. Ben will have no voice soon. Who cares, eh? I haven't got any singing to do this week. All those Kane doubters disappear. Well, they've gone very quiet, haven't they? We had a couple of ridiculous ones. But there you go. As they say, sometimes there's no point debating a complete lack of logic because you just end up making yourself look silly, don't you? There is the VAR output for Maguire's goal. You could see it was Zinchenko playing him onside. Shevchenko looks forlorn. He says, why can't you defend a set play? But there we go. Sure has been an unsung hero, been excellent. Seldom mentioned. Let's not mention him then. Ukraine 0, England 3. England need to just get on the ball now, get a little bit more control, but they have a formidable lead in this game now. They lead by 3 goals to 0. I think it's going to be a throw-in to Ukraine down the left-hand side. Zinchenko is going to take it. In it goes to Mykolenko. Mykolenko. Rice wins it back. Rice to Kane. Kane is on a hat-trick now. Round of mates, but get in. Go on, Mr. Radio Floyd. Cheers to you. Thank you. £5 super chat. Let's just get this win done now. And maybe if we can get some of those yellow card players out, they might even have the luxury. The tournament of the left backs after Mahler's assist for Denmark today. And Spinat Zola and Shaw, you might be right. Who said that Essex boys. Matvienko knocks it inside. Make sure you hit like on the stream. Dare I say, hit like if you're 3-0 up. Hit like. No, I'm going to stay calm here because there are still 35 minutes to play. Sancho, Walker, Stones. Chat says Henderson coming on. We expected to see him. We're quite pleased to see him this early because it means the game is where the game is. Here's Sterling. Sterling gives it away. Mount into the tackle. David, $4.99 Super J wants me to get an England kit. There you go. Someone send me one. Go on. Thank you, David. Very, very kind. Thank you, David. And everybody for the Super Chats. I can see Jordan Henderson about to come on. A very good player to be bringing on at this stage. Lots of experience. Down the right come Ukraine. Declan Rice wins it again. Here's Sancho. Mount. Oh, lovely ball by Mount to find Sterling. Although it's a bit of a bouncy one and Sterling doesn't have the physicality to beat Yarmolenko there. Yarmolenko inside. And I think the foul's been given. I think we're about to see Jordan Henderson. Yarmolenko's been getting pretty chippy during this game, hasn't he? He's just having a chat with Steve Holland. Henderson is about to come on. Declan Rice is going to be coming off. Give me your applause emojis for Declan Rice. He's on a yellow card. Out goes Declan Rice. Jordan Henderson is coming on. Well played again, Declan Rice. Fingers crossed we will see you in the semi-finals. Declan. Jordan Henderson has come on. Get those applause in for Declan Rice, who's the first of the yellow card boys to go out. And on comes Henderson wearing 8, who's going to sit with Calvin Phillips there. Here is Kane. Kane just holds onto the ball, keeps it. 57 on the clock. I repeat, enjoy it, guys. Ukraine 0, England 3. Shaw to Phillips to Mount. And look, the Ukraine look punch drunk here, don't they? They've all gone back behind the ball, back into their shell, and it looks like the first half all over again. Here's Kyle Walker, Sancho, Stones, Maguire. Maguire to Stones. Henderson. Clean sheets all through the tournament. And yes, we'll start doing some Denmark analysis bits very, very soon. Oh, lovely ball by Maguire. Here's Mount. Mount carries it forward. Mount looking for Kane. Oh, nearly had him in there for the hat-trick. Real good example there of what Harry Maguire gives you at centre-back. You know I'm a big Tyrone Mings fan, but Maguire, as soon as he's fit, was always coming into this team, wasn't he? Kane. Kane comes short. Here's Sancho on the right. Sancho, Mount, Kane. Kane tries a little one inside for Henderson and Mykolenko. Clears out England. But dare I say it, 3-0 up and on top in this one now. And we're very pleased to see Jordan Henderson in. Declan Rice will not be missing the semi-final for 2 bookings. Southgate just pondering his next move. Remember, Maguire, Phillips are on yellow cards as Sancho tries to beat his man. In terms of defenders, you could see Tyrone Mings again if they want to take Maguire out of it. You could see Jude Bellingham if they want to take Calvin Phillips out of it. As Kyle Walker readies himself. Can they get some key players rested here? I know Harry Kane will be wanting a hat-trick, but can we get some key players rested? I won't repeat myself. Here is Maguire striding forward. Shaw. As we come up the hour mark, that is 60 minutes gone. Ukraine 0, England 3. Phillips, Henderson. Sub both. I think it'll happen. How soon it'll happen, who knows? Maguire. Shaw. Phillips. Maguire. Stones. Let's get to 70 before we change anything. Not a sense in that. And Stones goes home to Pickford and back to John Stones. Stones stands on the ball. Ukraine, all of that zing that they had between 35 and 45, just beaten out of them by those 2 quick goals by Harry Maguire and Harry Kane. Calvin Phillips, big diag looking for Mount. And I think Mount's done well there. He backed into Mykolenko and he wins the throw-in, which Kyle Walker is going to very slowly take. Sancho, Walker. Phillips, Maguire. Sterling. Barely mentioned him in the last 10 minutes. Key player in the first half. You know, when we're not relying on Sterling anymore, things are going well. Although he's tried to be... Oh, here's Kane on the... Oh, good save. Oh, what a strike that was by Kane. Left foot on the volley. I think that's flying in the corner. Bouchan tips it round the post. Oh, that's a great strike. Good save, keeper. It's going in the corner. Oh, great save. Look at that. Fingertips. Well played, keeper. Bouchan there. Brilliant Kane. Brilliant Bouchan. Tremendous stuff. Oof. Whoa. Great save. Corner. In it comes. Oh! What is going on? It's 4-0. And Jordan Henderson has headed in from the corner. Oh, England are hammering the Ukraine. Ukraine 0, England 4. Henderson, the sub, heads in. Oh, dare I say it. Everything is going right for England. Ukraine 0, England 4. Go on, Jordan Henderson. How about that? Corner in from the right-hand side. And... oh, it's a big win for England. Mason Mount delivers. Horrible defending by Ukraine. Henderson with a group of 4 players there. And they just let him go. It's Sigankov, the winger who they'd brought on, just completely leaves him. Henderson headers in. And do not adjust your sets. Go on, Jordan. England are 4-0 up. Ukraine 0. England 4. El Collapso from the Ukraine in 2 set plays now scored for England. And I think they might be going back to 3 at the back. Here come the changes as well for England. We don't need to wait to the 70th minute anymore now, do we? Out comes Luke Shaw. In comes Kieran Trippier. Fill the chat with applause emojis, please, guys. Luke Shaw, out he goes. Trippier in. He's going to go and play left back. Luke Shaw setting up the, I can't even remember which goal now, the second Harry Kane goal. Well played, Shaw at left back. On comes Trippier. Raheem Sterling, out he goes. What a guy. Raheem Sterling, the assist for the first goal. Rashford comes in. Fill that chat with applause, please. Marcus Rashford in. I guess he'll play down the left-hand side. Calvin Phillips, fill that chat up. Calvin Phillips is coming out and Jude Bellingham is coming in. So the 2 yellow-carded central midfielders have got... Calvin Phillips can't hide his smile. Brilliant stuff. Jude Bellingham gives him a wink and on he comes. And remember, the yellow cards are expunged now. So Phillips and Rice, well, if there was a final, they would play in it unless they got red carded in the semi. Of course, Harry Maguire still on a yellow card, but that is now 4 England subs. And by God, 4 England goals. Let's get your applause in. Brilliant stuff for the boys. Wow. What a fun evening this has been. Wow. You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. One more time, because it's fun. Ukraine 0, England 4. Woof. And the boys are doing us proud. And so is Gareth Southgate. Ukraine 0, England 4. And the semi-final against the Danes looks nailed on. Here's Rashford on down the left-hand side now. Rashford charging down the left and wins a corner. Systematically broken them. And they can't cope with the set plays. And it's great to see the set plays plundering goals now, isn't it? And we got Trippier on now as well. Woof. Although I think Mount is going to take this one. In it comes Maguire on the back post. Can't control the header. Out it goes. Ukraine 0. England 4. Mikolenko knocks that inside. Matvienko. Shaparenko. Zabarny. Given away. Rashford. Henderson. Rashford. If anyone wants to remind me of the score, you can do so in the chat. In case I forget, it is Ukraine 0, England 4. Please feel free to remind me and the chat of the current score. 67 gone before we enjoy this way too much. Here's Matvienko for the Ukrainians. Zabarny, the 18-year-old. Give me a 4. Matvienko again at the back. England back in shape. Sancho still on. And England, in 22 minutes' time, it'll be another clean sheet as well as things stand. See if they can keep the intensity up, keep the concentration up. As Tsigankov lets that one go out, they do look absolutely forlorn, the poor Ukraine. 4-0 and the luxury of protecting players on a yellow. Bloody marvellous. You love to see it. That sounds a nice prophecy. Zirak. Here's Mount. Driving forward down the left. Rashford. Mount into the box. Mount, just held up. Good defending by the Ukrainians there. But Rashford and Mount combining well. Trippier wins that back high up. Rashford can't quite get inside. Yarmolenko back. Big boot forward. Come on, Kyle Walker, get back. Pickford comes out completely, shanks it. It's nodded down. Big chance for the Ukrainians. I say big chance, a 35-yard lob, but a bit of a muddle there from Jordan Pickford, but he gets away and we will move on. And I will let's focus on that, shall we? If anyone does want to remind me of the score, really poor from Pickford there, but let's let him away with that. Pickford just a little bit too hyped up. He apologises. Calm, Jordan Pickford, calm down. All okay. As we come up 70 minutes, 20 to go. If everything stays as is, England will be in the semi-finals against Denmark, and it will be another clean sheet. Sancho. Calvert-Lewin is coming on, so I think Harry Kane's not getting his hat-trick today. We'll have one of those. 1-0. Coleman liked to say 1-0, didn't he, We'll do man of the matches. We'll do them in a little bit, I think. Have a think, though, guys. Don't let me know yet. Here's Walker. Henderson, Walker. Training exercise here for England now. Can they keep a clean sheet, basically? If Ipswich are 4-0 up, I'd still be worried. Yeah, Ipswich don't have a load of Champions League winners and Premier League winners in their team, though, do they? These players can be trusted. I hope that's the case. They are proving that to be the case. They're just recycling the ball around the back. Harry Maguire knocks it outside. Mount, Trippier, Henderson. Trippier, Bellingham. Oh, takes a little deflection now. Mount runs in behind on the left. Here's Rashford. Rashford knocks it back inside. Bellingham. Stones. Walker. Dom Calvert-Lewin waits patiently. Feel free to remind me of the score if you want to. Ukraine 0, England 4. The players stopped, and I have no idea why. Referee Brick is pointed for the substitution. And off comes the great Harry Kane. 2 more goals for England for Harry Kane. Fill the chat with applause for Harry Kane. Fill it, come on. 2 goals for Kane. He has 3 for the tournament now. Off comes Kane. Does the business yet again. Premier League Golden Boot winner. World Cup Golden Boot winner. The great Harry Kane comes out. And Dom Calvert-Lewin comes in. 2 for Kane. 4 for England. And Calvert-Lewin gets a little bit of game time in his legs and a bit of a rest for Kane. Let me see your applause for the great Harry Kane. There we go. Fantastic. Euros Golden Boot winner. They'd have left him on for that, wouldn't they? What did he get against Panama? 4, was it? You got to fill your boots when you can. Zinchenko goes 50-50 with Kyle Walker. It breaks, and John Stones. Look at that. Zinchenko, Walker and Stones. All the Man City players all gathered together there. There was a Ukraine sub that I didn't tell you about, didn't I? And the player is on the ball and he's hit the shot. Excuse me. Makarenko is on and he's just tested out Jordan Pickford. Came on for Sidorchik. My bad. I've just been getting too excited, haven't I? Makarenko. Nice effort there with the left foot. Pickford looks very nervous to keep this clean sheet, doesn't he? He'd almost be more relaxed. At 0-0, I reckon, wouldn't he? Don't lose that clean sheet. 15 minutes to go. 3 group games now and 2 knockout games worth of clean sheets. Would lead England to a Euro 2020 semi-final against Denmark. On Wednesday. Oh, the nerves already. Sancho down the right. Sancho crosses looking for Calvert-Lewin. Sancho did well to keep that in. Bellingham can't do the same. So throw in to England. There is Harry Kane. A job well done. Come on, Harry. You're going to go again on Wednesday for us. Against the Danes. Calvert-Lewin tries to bring that down. Booted clear by Matvienko. Nice touch forward by Zinchenko. Handball by Yarmolenko. And it's going to be an England restart. Out it goes to Trippier down the left. Here's Rashford. Tries to slip it inside for Calvert-Lewin. Out it goes. Joe, if we keep a clean sheet, it'll be the first time in history a team has kept a clean sheet in the first 5 games of the Euros or the World Cup. Crossed fingers for the clean sheet. 13 minutes, 40 seconds plus stoppage time. to make that record. Cheers, everybody. Ukraine 0, England 4. A blistering second half from the English. We were a bit nervous at half-time, weren't we? There's one in the channel for Mykolenko. Walker is so quick there, isn't he? Pickford with the right foot. I knew when he was lining up for that with the right foot, it wasn't going to be a good clearance. Do you know what? With this clean sheet thing, Pickford looks really nervous at the moment, doesn't he? Almost like might do him some good if the Ukraine did stick one in the net in the 95th minute. And then it's done. Yaremchuk. Shaparenko. Mykolenko out on the left-hand side. Sancho, I think he's going to get 90 minutes, which is good news. Tsigankov and Maguire, who I think is going to be a few people's shout for man of the match, isn't he? Gets it clear. There you go. There's the bits bet. Do a rain dance for him or something. Shaparenko. It's not back inside. Here is Matvienko, Mykolenko, Zinchenko, Tsigankov. Oh, nice back heel. Good football by the Ukraine. Zinchenko, Yarmolenko in that half space on the right that he loves. Yarmolenko drills the shot. And Kieran Trippier makes the block. And it's not quite Chiellini and Bonucci, but the England players all high-fiving with the block. They know they want the clean sheet, don't they? You can see as Calvert-Lewin gets into position on the near post. And they have a corner to defend. Ukraine 0, England 4. In comes the corner. Nice delivery. Calvert-Lewin, decent header. We saw him take up that position. He's a huge bloke, Calvert-Lewin, as well. Shaparenko tries to play it down the line. Well played. Bellingham, nice feet. Nice composure. Home he goes to Pickford. Well played Pickford, actually. He made him the angle nicely there for the back pass. The clearance has gone back to the Ukraine, but it's away for the English goal. Zabarny. Matvienko. Give and go. Mykolenko. Matvienko. England back in shape. Ukraine knocking the ball around. England, I can give you the numbers probably. 6 attempts on target, 4 goals in this game. They have been utterly clinical. $80 minutes, 20 on the clock. Ukraine 0, England 4. England getting closer and closer. Raheem Sterling's got his feet up on the chair in the subs bench there. And if anyone deserves to sit back and stick their feet up here, is Raheem Sterling. Stones, Bellingham. Stones. Back to Pickford as England kill a bit more time. I do wonder. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, we're not going to see any more subs, are we? Because we made all 5. So Maguire is going to finish the game. I wondered whether we see Mings at some point. Rashford sprinting in the left channel, but he's not that quick. And here is Makarenko, Sabani, Matvienko. Just steps past Calvert-Lewin, pings it into midfield, given away. England transition now. Mount, Rashford, Trippier on the overlap. Rashford knocks it straight into Trippier. He just steps inside and they're just going to keep the ball. It's walking pace. It's exhibition stuff. Look at this. Complete training session, this one. Here is Sancho on the right. Sancho is going to try and run his man, and he's going to beat him as well. No, he's not. Sancho keeps going, but he did foul Mykolenko. Sorry, I hadn't fathomed that. England have made 5 subs. So these 11 players are going to finish the game. Pickford, Walker, Stones, Maguire, Trippier, Henderson, Bellingham, Rashford, Mount, Sancho, and Calvert-Lewin. Zinchenko knocks that one inside. Makarenko knocks it out to the right wing. Trippier closes down. Back into Makarenko. Calvert-Lewin closes down. England, everybody back behind the ball. In a 4-5-1 shape here. They want the clean sheet, don't they? Zinchenko, nice step over, opens up. Yaremchuk in the box, but Bellingham sweeps that up, knocks it into Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin to Henderson. Henderson, nice little dig out, clever ball by Henderson to Bellingham. Back to Henderson. Great play by Jordan Henderson there, brilliant. Sancho, Bellingham. They're turning it on now, the England midfielders. Just keeping the ball. When it seemed like they weren't favourite there, here's Mount jogging forward. A strange game this now at 4-0. I suspect if you ask both teams, both managers, both sets of players, finish it now with 6.5 minutes to go, they'd all say, yes, blow the whistle, we're done. Maguire. Excellent performance by Maguire today. Complete training session this is now. We are literally just waiting for the final whistle, aren't we? Shevchenko stands hands on hips. Even the 4th officials over there kind of standing hands on hips. Mason Mount's closest to us with the camera. The game's completely done, isn't it? Although Ukraine did just commit to a press and then England gave the ball away. Makarenko. Standards, boys. Go on. Here's Makarenko. Zinchenko. Sugankov. And Sancho back and wins it back, does he? Oh, Ukraine have got it in the box. Henderson back heels it in the box. Deary me. It's a great move. I wouldn't recommend it. Rashford steps over it. Trippier now. Jordan Henderson back heeling it out of his own box there. Sensational stuff. And Maguire has it back. 85-17 on the clock. Ukraine 0. England 4. England now have beaten the Croats 1-0. They drew 0-0 with Scotland. They beat the Czechs 1-0. They beat the Germans 2-0. They are beating the Ukrainians 4-0. It's been, and you have to say, a spotless Euros so far. But the Danes ain't going to be easy. If they can beat them, the final awaits. Ooh, England in a major final if they can beat the Danes. Anyway, 4 minutes of this to go. We can talk about that. We can talk about that for days to come, can't we, until Wednesday? Here's Matvienko. Shaparenko. He gets it back down the right. And all the way back through to Bouchan, the keeper, who did, remember, make that great save from Harry Kane, didn't he? To deny Kane the hat-trick on the volley. Makarenko. Zabani, Matvienko. And the Ukraine keeping the ball. England back in shape. They really want this clean sheet. You can see it. You can really see it, can't you? Matvienko. Zabani. Makarenko. 87-32 on the clock. Matvienko plays it out to Mikolenko. Crosses in, chested down in the box by John Stones. Brilliant. Oh, Stones then gives the ball away after doing the other bit so beautifully. Rashford fancies that one, doesn't quite sprint out and win it. As we come up 88 minutes, and it feels like we all want to talk about the semi, but we can't quite yet. Couple more minutes to go. Maguire. I suppose we can do it now. Man of the match, please, in the chat. Man of the match. Will it be Pickford? Will it be Walker, Maguire, Stones, Luke Shaw, Phillips, Rice, Sterling, Mount, Sancho or Kane? Who is your man of the match? Let me know in the chat your man of the match in this one. A 4-0 victory. 2 goals for Harry Kane. A goal for Harry Maguire. We're about to get a triple substitution for the Ukrainians. Luke Shaw, heavy favourite here. Look at that. Shaw, Kane, Shaw, Kane. Harry, which one? Maguire, Sancho, Shaw, Sterling, Shaw, Sancho. I think we're going to give it to Luke Shaw. Can we have a live league table? No, but we can give you a live updating of my UEFA tournament predictor if you want. Because I'm going to click that button, for God's sake, and put England in the semi-finals. So the chat says Luke Shaw, man of the match from left back. Always getting forward and setting up that goal for Harry Kane. 3 goals now for Harry Kane in the 5 games in the tournament. It's to Skankov. Plays it in as Zinchenko goes down in the box. And Henderson gets it clear. 90 on the clock. Ukraine 0, England 4. How much stoppage time? There is no stoppage time. And there you go. Ukraine 0, England 4. And England are in the semi-finals. And I don't mind if I do, but I think we're going to head over to the UEFA website and go to the tournament knockout predictor because it's going to look very, very nice. So excuse me, sorry. Can we hear that score again? Of course you can. Ukraine 0, England 4. Let's not get too excited, or shall we jest, but a thoroughly impressive win again from England. And if we head over to the UEFA website, this is what we will see. And shall we press the button? We can press the button. Well, why is that still on the quarterfinals? Deary me. Oh, look, their website's crashed. That's tremendous. I'll hit refresh. We can't do anything because their website's crashed. Look, I'm going to put Ukraine in there. England should already be in there. There we go. I was really looking forward then to clicking on England and putting them into the semi-finals, but I can't. There we go. Andriy Shevchenko's having a nice chat and a hug with Jack Grealish there. Harry Kane, the England captain, with 2 goals tonight. Brilliant, spotless again from England. I'm sure the people who like to moan will have something to moan about. What it is, I'm not entirely sure, because England are in the semi-finals and haven't conceded a goal, and they've won the quarter-final 4-0. So we'll see what the England fans can moan about. There are the brackets. It should be updated. And it'll be Italy-Spain in the top half. England versus Denmark in the bottom half. And yeah, it looks like the knockout predictor has gone down. The Ukrainian fans, brilliant. They're applauding their players. They're doing the slow clap somewhat solemnly. They've lost 4-0. And England go through. The goal scorers tonight, Harry Kane early in the game from Raheem Sterling's assist. Then the Ukrainians did get themselves going for the last 10 minutes of the first half, and then just absolute blitz the first 20 minutes of the second half. 3 goals for England. Maguire, Kane again, and Jordan Henderson off the bench. The Ukrainians almost look pleased with their work to have got to the quarterfinals. So congratulations to them. They look like they're at one with their fans now, but even bigger congratulations. Gareth Southgate, Harry Kane, Raheem Sterling, all of the team, all of the squad are in the semi-finals. It's impressive. It's Ukraine 0, England 4. Stephen, you absolute legend. Thank you very much. $23.99 on the super chat from Stephen. Very, very kind. Thank you so much. Stephen, who's come on board as one of our super sponsors as well. Sensational stuff. I don't know what to add. A record 4-0 win, a record 5 clean sheets. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. And what I love is the players look calm. Gareth Southgate looks calm. There's a job to do, and it's Denmark next for England. And it gets harder. Schmeichel, Vestergaard, Kjær, Christensen, Stryger, Mahler, Delaney, Højbjerg, Damsgaard, Dolberg, and Braithwaite will be the people coming up against England next time out. We will see you on Wednesday. I'm going to try and stay calm and say thank you, everybody, for watching. Hit like, hit subscribe, ring the bell. And for the last time, because it makes me very, very happy to say, Ukraine 0, England 4. England will play Denmark in the Euro 2020 semi-final. Thank you for watching. Over and out. Come on, England. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to see more videos from this channel. Hit the subscribe button and to be notified every time we upload. Ring the bell for those notifications to come through on your device. If you really want to support the channel and me as a content creator, I will be eternally grateful if you head over to the merch store and grab something, or support over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thank you for your time. Go and watch another video.